Hey, this is Marshall Benbow, the pastor of outreach and small groups here at Grace, and I want to give you an update about our men's weekend that happened this past October. You've probably already heard that we have awesome food at Camp Cheerio. You probably already heard that we had a speaker named Dr. Lamont King who gave us great messages about following Christ. But what was really significant on that weekend is to see men connecting with guys they had never met before, whether it was through skeet shooting or playing golf, shooting hoops, or even playing around the table ping pong. Guys began to build relationships through playing and hiking and hanging out, and those translated into deeper conversations about Christ. On the last night of the weekend, I was walking around with one of the men, and he said, I've played collegiate athletics. I've had a chance to do a lot of things through that, and this is the best thing that I have ever done. And I'm seeing that weekend continue to have ripple effects into his family and his marriage. So overall, we were encouraged to follow Christ, and on the last message, Dr. King encouraged us to stay in the game and follow the coach who was Christ. And that really rang home with a lot of us. So it was a great weekend. Every year at Christmas, our church hosts a banquet for the poor. And what we've decided, though, in recent years is to have two banquets. One for our Wednesday night community guests who come pretty much every Wednesday for dinner, and one for Glenwood Family Ministries, who are children and families that we work with through tutoring and dance. And the reason we split the banquets was so that we could have more intentional relationship and more purposeful times at each banquet instead of just one giant mass of people coming together. So last night, Saturday, we had our GFM banquet, and at that banquet we had freestyle rapping, we had the dancers performing, we lit the Christmas lights in the trees outside the sanctuary, and we shared the good news of Christ. And also the thing that made it so special was that the children had their parents there, had their grandparents there, had the people who were supporting them. They got to see what they'd been doing all semester, and we were able to invite them to come and be a part of our church as well, not just to share their kids with us Monday through Wednesday, but to come and be a part of Grace Community Church. So that was really a wonderful time. This Wednesday we'll have our WCF banquet, which is for the homeless, or not everybody who comes to Wednesday Community Fellowship is homeless, but a lot of them are. And this is a chance to have a nice dinner and to celebrate the coming of Christ. We're having it catered by K&W. We'll have fancy tablecloths and centerpieces on the table, and we'll share the hope of Jesus. And what's really neat this year is that there's actually a choir made up of some of the guests from Wednesday night and some of the women of Hannah's Haven, and they've been practicing Christmas music, and they're going to share those songs at the banquet this Wednesday. So we're really hoping that these banquets not only serve our friends by saying we just want to throw an awesome party to celebrate Jesus, but it also helps us build relationships that can translate into really making disciples across racial and economic lines.
Hi, I'm Jill Van Veen. I work on staff with the Shepherding Ministries. That includes most of the adult ministries here at Grace. One area that I'm really excited about right now is the women's ministry. We started a Bible study in September called The Amazing Collection, and we are meeting on Tuesday nights from 7 to 8:30 and Thursday mornings from 9:30 to 10:30. It's the same program, but it just gives you two options. And Thursday morning there's also a children's program, and on Tuesday night we have childcare. The Amazing Collection goes through the Bible book by book. We do a book a week, and we've had great comments about it. It's really been a fun study to do, and we're all learning a lot. If you want to join us, we'll be starting up again January 10th on Tuesdays and January 12th for Thursday. So please watch the bulletin for that and join us on one of those days if you can. The other area I'd like to talk about is the marriage enrichment team. In January we have a marriage class starting up. Each week we bring in a different speaker, whether it's a counselor or someone on our marriage team, and we're just talking about marriages and how to make your marriage better. And then also we have a marriage retreat coming up in February. We'll give you more details on that soon. And following the marriage class, the marriage enrichment team will be putting on a parenting class, and we're excited about that. It'll be a little bit different than we've ever done. It's not going to be canned, and we'll have different speakers every week for that as well. We also do baptism. That's another area I'm over, and we'll have baptism in January. There'll be information in the bulletin if you'd like to sign up. There's a email address you can send off to, and we'll get you signed up for that. The other time we do baptism is in September, and that's at the lake at Linwood Lake. So if you prefer to be baptized at the lake, that would be your next opportunity. Thanks.
Hey everybody, I'm Davey Parsons. I'm the high school youth director here at Grace Community Church, and I wanted to let you know what has taken place since we launched the Bridge on August the 28th. The Bridge is the high school youth ministry that now is happening on Sunday evenings instead of Sunday mornings. We go from 4:30 to 7 o'clock, and the way that looks is kids show up at 4:30, and from 4:30 to 5 they hang out and socialize and play together, and then from 5 to 6 we'll have a worship service with the kids. And then from 6 to 6:45, we break up into small groups where kids get to hang out with their leaders and discuss some of the topics that we've been talking about in the worship service. And then the last thing that we get to do is we get to have a meal together. So from 6:45 to 7, we get to enjoy a meal and hang out. Some of the great things that have taken place since we've started doing this is we've involved a lot of parents that are here from 4:30 to 5:15, just kind of supervising and hanging out with kids. And then we have another group of parents that come and bring food every week, and they help set it up and prepare it, and then they serve the kids the meal. So what a great way for parents to be involved in the ministry, and kids are getting to know other parents, and parents are getting to know other parents. So it's been a great fit. One of the other great things that we're seeing is kids are inviting friends. We've had about 20 new students that have come to the Bridge since we've started, which has been a great praise. One of the other great things we're seeing is kids are hanging out more afterwards. So when it's over at 7 o'clock, kids are hanging out and staying until 8 o'clock just to hang out and be with one another. And this has just been a great, great success for us. We're leaving to go on a trip December 16th to the 18th. We're going to be going to Windy Gap, so you guys can be praying for us. But I just want to kind of give you a little update of what's been going on with the high school ministry and the Bridge.